Today I'm going to explain about the taxation system in Canada. In Canada, taxation system is a progressive taxation system. As your income increase, your tax bracket will increase. Means that you have to pay more tax on that income. This is the tax bracket of 2021 here in Canada that you can see here. From 0 to 42,184, the tax will be for 5.06%. That is the basic tax rate. And apart from this, that you can see, then like if as the income is increasing step by step, the taxes also increasing, right? The last one I would like to explain, the over $222,420, then tax rate will be 20%, 20.5%. So now let's say I assume that I have my income $55,000, and what will be the tax on this one? So how to calculate? First of all, I know that 55,000 is here, and from 0 to 42,184, the tax will be 5.05. So how to calculate? First of all, I'm going to put it here is equal to sign this amount and multiply by this rate and enter. So you can see this is the tax that we have to pay for the first bracket. The rest of the amount that we want to see, what is the rest of the amount? So for the rest of the amount, what we need to do, either way, what we can do in a simple way. So here I can write the same figure like this one, and here I can write taxes. So is equal to this figure into this tax. In the white portion, you can see this taxes. You know, like what is the remaining amount? 55,000 minus this amount on 12,816. We need to calculate the taxes at the rate of 7.70%. So how to do this one? Put is equal to sign here, click on this cell, then multiply sign 7.70 and enter. So this is the tax that we have to pay. Now if just would like to know that how much tax that we have paid this year on $55,000. So what I'm going to do here, total tax paid is equal to sign here this white, all the white cell that we can add, this first one and this second one. We don't have the third one, but even if we want to add it, we can add it, right? Yeah, if we don't want, then there is no need. But the total tax paid, that will be 3,121.34 that we have paid. So net income, how much income that we have in our hand. So what I'm going to do, the total income, that this is I'm talking about the gross income minus the tax that we have paid. This is the amount that we received in our hand. Okay, so what is the average tax rate? In nutshell, if we say how much tax that we have paid, so it will be very difficult to say like this is a 5% or 7% or 10%, we don't know, right? So it will be little confusion. If on an average, if we say like I have paid this much of amount, like 31.21 on the gross, so it means how to calculate this tax divide by the gross income, and we can say 6% on the total gross income that we have paid tax. This is on an average. So this is average tax rate we have calculated. Now,
Rakesh, can you tell the last step, average tax period?
Yeah, so 6%, how we have calculated 6%? Simply, I put is equal to sign, and how much tax that we have paid? This much. This is the tax that we have paid on $55,000. So tax, amount of tax divide by our gross income is equal to the percentage, right? 6% tax that we have paid, right? So if just we want to calculate is it is right or wrong, like it's a 55,000 and into 6%, let's see, $3,300 is approximately this much of amount that we have paid. Right. So next, if we have income of $100,000, how much will be the tax? So how to calculate that figure? So first of all, that we know $100,000 we have this income, and I'm just going to write it here, the same figure here, and after then, now we need to calculate like 84,368. This amount is more than this one, right? So what I need to do here, so first of all, that I need to write here is equal to sign. We know this figure minus this figure, right? So this figure minus this figure will be this amount here. But before this one, I just would like to calculate the tax on this amount. This, the amount under the first slab into the taxes. So this amount will remain the same in this case. What is the remaining amount? So remaining amount that we can calculate $100,000 minus this one, right? But in this case, what we can do, if we subtract this minus this, some amount that will come will be exceeding this amount, right? So it means what I want to do, this minus this amount, this is the amount on which that we will calculate 7.70% tax. So how to do this one is equal to sign this amount multiply by 7.7%. This is the amount that we have seen. Now the next is here remaining amount $100,000 minus 42,184 minus 42,185, enter. This is the remaining amount on which the tax will be calculated on the basis of the slab, that will be 10.50. But here also that this amount that is not correct. The reason being, if we calculate like this, there may be some mistake. So what will be the mistake here in this case? Because we know that $100,000 is exceeding this should fall under this category, not here. It means what I need to do, we will delete these two figures. Here what we should do, this minus this. So for this one, 96,866 minus 84,369. This is the amount in front of us. So what to do, this amount multiply by 10.5%. This is the rate in front of us. This is the tax that we have calculated. Again, we have some amount left, right? So in this case, we know that $100,000 that falls under this category. This amount minus first, second, and third, three figures, and this is the remaining amount on which that we will calculate tax as per the rate specified here, 12.29%. Now we want to make a total of all these. How much tax that we have paid? Make a total of all these taxes that we have calculated to 3, and last one is 4, and enter. So we have calculated that 7080.11 is the tax that we have paid, and how much that we have received in our hand. So if we calculate that in our hand we have received $100,000 minus 708011. Yeah, so 92,919.89, this much of amount that we have received in our hand if we calculate only BC tax rate. So here we want to calculate how much tax that we have paid and what was the gross income here, and if we calculate, this was 7%. See, the income has increased manifold. Income has increased to $45,000, but the tax has increased only 1%. 1% of the total, right? So this is how we can calculate the tax according to the brackets that we have here. And if we want to calculate the more examples, that we can add it here, and then the same thing we will be able to calculate like this. So the next figure was like 100, let's say 65. If our income is $165,000, and how we will calculate this figure? So for this one, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste here, and here I'm going to write $165,000, and here I'm going to write it this figure is equal to this figure, enter. Then same thing is equal to here, this figure into the first one, 5.06%, and after then the remaining amount we will have will be 84,369 minus 42,184, and after then we will calculate tax on this amount, and the tax calculation will be based upon the percentage specified in front of this range. Here again that we will be going to calculate the difference between this and this, right? So 96,866 minus 84,369, and here the tax will be on this amount on the basis of the BC tax rate specified in front of the range. And here we will see that this amount minus this amount, so this minus this, so 20,757 20,757 is the amount here, is equal to this amount, and tax as per the bracket is 12.29%. Now we still have some amount, so we have 165, but it is falling under this category. So what I need to do, again the same process, this amount minus this amount, and we will find 41,860, and tax on this will be based upon the BC tax rate specified there. Now we know that we have reached till this point, right? So in this case, what we need to do, the remaining amount we will calculate is equal to this minus 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and enter this much amount that we have 5,517 is equal to sign this into 16.80 and enter. And after then we see that this is the tax that we have calculated, 9250. Or what we can do to reconfirm this one, we can delete this and write once again is equal to all the figures here in white plus okay, this is actually 16,326.25. now like this is 165,000 minus tax amount, remaining amount that we have here. So how much tax that we have paid? 16,326 divided by the gross salary, gross income, 10%. So this is how we have calculated tax on the basis of this information available. We just need to know on which income that we want to calculate tax, and this is that all we have created in Microsoft Excel. So by using Microsoft Excel, it is becoming very easy for us. Anytime that you want to calculate any amount taxes on any amount, any income, and it will be very easy.